All right, dudes. Final four. Round two. The Men Who Dream Fantasy Football League playoffs. Dude, what an amazing 2 games we have in store for us this week. Amazing. Thank you, Rob, for doing a great recap of last week's 2 games. And now, just brief. And I'm not going to mock, and I'm not going to do any of that kind of stuff. It's the holiday season. It's Christmas. And I'm not happy. Same way I remember last year. I did not want to play Fed because I felt that Fed had the best team with the best matchups. Didn't want to play them. And look what happened. I played them. I lost. I had a great game. I think it was 140 somewhere. I think the same thing's going to happen this week with me and Bobby. I think Bobby and I have the 2 best teams. Obviously, in fantasy football, the only thing you can control is points scored. Bobby and I, during the regular season, were far and away the top 2 in points scored. I'm not going to look at the other games, the other bracket. Sorry. We don't have time for all of that. Tonight goes a long way in what will determine who will make the championship game. Our defending champion, the mighty Lions of Judah, headed by Federico Landeta. Fed, you be proud of Izzy, man. Isabella, in her preschool, has Spanish 2 days a week. I don't know if I even mentioned this before on any of our videos. 2 days a week she has Spanish. I love driving down the road, and she's in the back seat, and she sees the traffic light turns red, and she starts yelling in the back seat, "Rojo, Rojo, Daddy, stop!" I love it, dude. Next thing you know, "Daddy, go, Verde, Verde," whatever, Verda, whatever. I don't know Spanish. I love it. Smart little girl, man. Dude, Federico's team coming back strong. Was down and out in mid-season, and now set up for a serious playoff run after last week's victory against the DeBee Moore Brawlers. Phil, I feel sad. Obviously, if is the most meaningless word in the English language, but this if I love, and that if was if Phil did not make the trade that he should. I'm going to turn down fantasy football radio here. That's what I'm going to do first of all. Excuse me, guys. I got XM on, so we don't hear all that in the background. If Phil obviously didn't make a trade that didn't make any sense, 0 sense whatsoever, he wouldn't have lost last week. And you think he wouldn't have lost because he would have had AJ Green on his roster? No. He wouldn't have lost because he wouldn't have been in the game. He would have beat me head-to-head the week that we made the trade with each other. He had already beaten Aaron this year. Phil would have been the number 1 seed. Here's the deal with teams. I think if everyone wants to have a big 3, an average of 18 points and above. That's what you want. You want a big 3, and that's key, man. That's key for everybody. These matchups this week are going to be so close and so tight. That's what's cool about it. Obviously, Alshon Jeffrey's been a monster for Fed. Monster. Peyton Manning tonight, huge. How much will Peyton Manning outscore Phillip Rivers? That goes a long way in determining who will win the battle between the Canes and the Lions. I think that's what it comes down to. I think I think Manning needs to win that Phillip Rivers battle by 10 points. If Peyton Manning beats the Phillip Rivers battle by plus 10, the Lions will win. If Phillip Rivers can stay within that 10, I think Denver blows him out early, and then does Phillip Rivers get to come back at the end and build up some garbage time stats? I don't know, but to me, it's 10 points. That's the key, and for their whole matchup, because they are so. I don't believe in ESPN projections, but 145, 142, pretty tight projections, And so then it comes down to that plus or minus 10 of tonight. Who has a better game, Alshon Jeffrey or Brandon Marshall? who gets those targets. If Cutler plays, it's probably Marshall. If Cutler doesn't play and McCown still plays, it's probably Jeffrey. It's my opinion. Just my opinion. I think it comes down to Monday Night Football. Justin Tucker on Monday Night Football lines up for a 53-yard field goal attempt to win the game at the buzzer. At the buzzer in Detroit. Aaron down by 4 before that kick. It looks good. It looks good. It dings the crossbar. It bounds up in the air. And boom, it hits the bottom crossbar on the way down. And it bounces good. Baltimore wins. Aaron wins. The greatest finish ever of a fantasy football league game, especially in the playoffs. Fed, I'm sorry, I want you to lose. We've never had a defending champ repeat. Oh, and I'm sorry, it doesn't deserve to be 2 years in a row a 7-6 team. Mediocrity should not be rewarded. So, sorry. That's just my opinion. Canes by 1. Me and Bobby, tonight's game again goes a long way. No Sean Marino. I think No Sean Marino is going to be a 15 to 20 point guy tonight. If he gets below 15, it hurts Bobby a lot. He needs that player. Bobby obviously has a solid. Bobby's team is amazing, man. Even though he was 7-6, but he scored a huge amount of points, and the only thing we can control is the points that we score. And solid. Incredibly solid team. We talk about the big 3, 18 points and above, and Bobby has No Sean Marino going over 18. He's got the Chiefs defense obviously going over 18, and Calvin Johnson, just incredible beast, going over 21 on average a game. So Bobby's got a solid big 3, and Calvin Johnson's going to be a monster. I think he's a 35-point, 40-point potential game this week. I think Bobby scores, possibly in the 150s. I think he blows it out with a monster performance. And the only way that I'll be able to, the Double Daughter Daddy will be able to keep track and keep up with that is obviously, what hurts me is I was the only team. Everyone has a big 3. I was the only team that had a big 4. AJ Green, thank you for that trade so much, or my team wouldn't be even close to being where it is right now. Antonio Brown, LaShawn McCoy, and Gronk. I had a big 4. I was the only one with a big 4. Now, obviously, I don't have a big 4 anymore. I only have a big 3. I need monster performances. I need monster performances and people performing above what they should for me to be able to keep track with and keep pace with Bobby this week. It's going to be a game in the 150s. I think the other game is a game in the in the 1-teens. I think if someone gets 115 in that other game, they're going to win it. I think someone in our game who needs to get 155 to win it, and the loser of our game will certainly outscore the winner of the other game. But that's all part of the deal and part of the matchups. Can't control what the other team does. Can only control what your team does. Grateful to be in the Final Four. Grateful. Dudes, enjoy the games. Tonight is huge, especially in the other matchup. Rivers against Manning. Oh, that's good. My Aunt Bitta sent 2 great things for our house. I don't drink coffee. Jennifer does. She lives in Kona. And she sent the real Kona beans. Not the cheesy ones that you buy in the store. These are the real ones. Love smelling smelling that brew in the morning. And Jennifer loves drinking that coffee. The other thing she sent is some incredibly homemade Hawaiian honey. And that's what I am drinking in my tea.